time is 9:18 p.m. Thursday, 12/12/2019. For the very, very few that are left listening to me, I want to sort of close on what's going on and what I'm feeling at this second again. I shouldn't say again, but what I'm kind of sensing now, finally, in all of this. And sort of briefly touch on the future of YouTube in the next 24 months or so, within that time, purportedly. I'll get to that in a second, but what I'm really sensing, finally, in all of this is, at some point, I think, before January 1st, I think one of the best choices that I could think of for myself, at least, unless something drastically changes, or I don't know, whatever, but to just delete everything, all my past videos, just delete them. Now that may not be something for you that you feel to do, so, but in my situation and so forth, as I said, I really don't plan to be here beyond the 1st. And if I am, it will be with a totally clean channel with probably nothing whatsoever on it, just so that the channel remains and stays for whatever reason. Although I don't disclude just shutting it down by the 1st. But I definitely feel that changes are in the air, things are in the air, and others are looking for believers to be in the air very soon. So I do get the sense of finality here at 1 minute and 53 seconds into this video, 153. So the future of YouTube, which I'm hearing, as I say, within the next 24 months or 2 years, put it that way, is that YouTube will be a completely pay service. You have to pay in order to watch videos or make videos. Likely there will be no revenue paid out as it is now to video makers in monetization and ad revenue. And YouTube watchers will only have the choice to choose certain information, certain topics, certain avenues of their information and news and so forth, which will exclude all others. So in other words, there won't be the free interchange and openness, and there won't be the opportunity for other viewers to stumble upon other channels by happen chance, or in other words, by coming across their videos indirectly, perhaps by doing a search for other topics or things. There won't be visibility, and that's a good word to say. With businesses, they always say the main thing is with a business is location, location, location. A business that's in a bad location or shoved somewhere off the main way, that they're just going to die. No one's even going to even see them. They'll do no business and go out of business. So that's sort of like what's going to happen. Instead of your site being on a main thoroughfare with a lot of people going by that can come in contact with you, that won't be the case whatsoever. People will pick and choose the choice of their information and the topics and exclude all others. And it'll be an individualized thing, probably ad-free, commercial-free, and then allowing you, I suppose, to choose which ads or to buy things, whatever you want to look at. In other words, any ads, not shoved in your face all the time like now. Then with these new laws going into effect now, not just with Coppa, but the broad definition of bigotry, so-called hate speech, harassing or harming other with words, holding a specific political, religious, perhaps, and moral position or point of view, the whole realm of conspiracy theories, the idea of fake news, of course, age restriction as we're seeing now, with what's going on with the Coppa, those who seem to have dissident views or oppose others. In most cases, this likely won't even be allowed whatsoever. so-called religious intolerance. If I didn't mention the idea of bigotry, also all these things seeming to be argumentative, and this will all most likely require your personal information to be forwarded with YouTube, with individual legal repercussions for anyone disobeying or going against these rules or laws in the broad stroke of how they're defined now and upcoming. So again, YouTube is likely to be completely revenue free once this becomes enacted. Much of the content of comments will likely not be entertained or allowed. Now we see the formal introduction that one can be legally fined at the least, and beyond that, more legal repercussions to someone going against these rules, because it'll be legally mandated as it's coming into effect now, full force probably starting on January 1st. Now, these are just bits and pieces of what I've heard, so I just wanted to relay some of these things so others know what the full story is, and that's only part of the story in sort of a paradigm shift of free speech in the compartmentalization and restriction and censorship of the freedom of certain thought, ideas, beliefs, and restricting the sources and the validity of where any information may come from and even be allowed at all. But it's really riding in on a Trojan horse, or in a Trojan horse, in the form of this all being benign and cleaning things up, protecting certain segments of society and mankind as a whole against those thought crimes as they're now being redefined as with George Orwell, 1984. So whatever your view is of this Coppa, and then there's another law coming into effect or so on. I believe it's CCPA. I'll have to go look that up again, but I'm not going to speak about that because I have to look into that. But if you notice that there's a new notice in YouTube Studio that talks about this, and to go look into the information they show you, which I didn't do yet, but it's a brand new, at least it's the first time I saw it today. The other one was the Coppa one, and I don't know, mine is gone, the Coppa information or warning to change your settings, but now this new one is up. And that's another thing going on with another law, and there's other laws besides that, I'm sure. And of course, I failed to mention that AI is a big part of this with the so-called algorithm surveillance system. And I've noticed in the past years, especially the recent years, how information really everywhere online, any source of it, whether this platform or any type of web search, that's all been cleaned up and watered down and very much censored from what I see. You can't get the same information whatsoever, even from several years ago or less. I've noticed a great change in information, trying to find things, even doing research on things, or finding products, or be able to buy certain products, especially health products. And that's another area that's been severely suppressed, natural health, alternative health. And again, once this comes into effect, you won't be able to talk about certain things. Again, I've seen online searches and so on where there used to be conspiracy and sites and places you could go to and all kinds of things, people voicing their opinions, even if it was rough and you know, anti-whatever. But that's all gone, it really is, and it's amazing. Little by little, very few, I think, understand or realize what has been happening, and to the point it is at now, and especially where it's being headed, and how these changes are going to come to pass very quickly, it surely seems. So that's just sort of a brief rundown of things I've sort of learned the past few days here. So if you have any interest in my videos of the past and you want to look at them or whatever, then again, I'm just saying that I don't know what my plans are to keep up videos, what my plans are permanently, but I just told you what a good option might be to do, at least for myself here. So I can't promise how much longer my videos will be seen or shown or up or in existence here any longer. I don't mean to be vague or put timelines on things and then that comes and goes and then I'm still here. Now, I mean, we don't know what may or may not happen in the coming days here. So if certain channels by chance are gone for some reason, it's taken away, and maybe they might even be larger channels. I'm talking about prophetic channels for anyone else out there who may not have seen any of my videos or come to this channel for the first time. This is a prophetic Bible channel, Bible prophecy mainly. So I'm just saying, if anything like that happens and I'm still here, I might be able to sort of remain here and still have a voice open. But what I might do is just like if I do a video like this and then I'm just going to maybe put it up and then take it right down, get rid of it, because not let it stay there, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know how this will play out at all. And actually, in actuality, there's only really a handful of people, believers, listening to me any longer. I would estimate maybe 30 or 40 of you, some who even listen the whole way through of the videos from what I ascertain. But it does feel like the prophetic time clock is coming to a close here. I'll try to keep you informed on what I feel I'm going to do if you're interested from here on out. I think that maybe the sooner the better to cleanse the channel and get rid of all content. Maybe that would be the best choice. Maybe not for you, maybe not for hardly anyone. But as I say, I don't plan to be back here anymore after the first, regardless whatsoever. And those who were going to see my videos, they've already seen them a long time ago. It's only, you know, whoever's going to see them has seen them. There might be a few stragglers, but that's it. So I haven't recorded them, you know, left them so that I could repost them. I don't have any of those videos. So once they're gone, they're gone. I think the time of dealing with the Pharisees and the self-righteous and the legalists is almost to complete end too. They made their choices and they're just more defiant and cynical of God's grace. So it definitely, to me, it feels like closing time, like that song, Closing Time. It's been being preached for a long time here now. Scoffers want to keep scoffing and laugh at it. Laugh at the rapture, laugh at Bible prophecy, laugh at grace. Once the time's up, time is up. It sure seems like it's up. It really does to me. It's now 1353 on the time clock, another 153. So maybe the dozen or so of you who've lasted all the way through, at least you'll know what my plans are, in case you're interested, and also what I might do as things unfold, if they do. So again, don't look for my videos to be up very much longer. I'm not saying how much longer. Could be very short time. I'm going to just leave them up very short, or I could let it continue just to be as they are, but I don't see any real point of that. And I would only remain here likely until the first again, just to be available to see if anything happens with other channels and to maybe be a voice that's left. I don't know how this will work out, so if I'm even still here myself. And also not really to believe, don't believe the rhetoric that things are just good and things are going to be okay, and oh, you know, they change their mind, or there's some kind of compromise, or they're going to redo things and help out YouTubers. No, that's not the way it's going to go down. It's going to go down as I said. or not as I said, but I heard these things and how these changes are coming about. And this may all seem very benign, even helpful to others, to other video makers and society as a whole, to implement these things such a kind and gentler way. But in my opinion, just beware. These changes are here and they're going to go down. I'll talk to you later, whenever. Take care now.